if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know that I am very comfortable talking about money. I think it is very important for couples, folks in relationships to talk about money. But let's actually go to the next generation. How do you talk about money with your kids? We're going to talk to one and only Casey from Brick by Brick Wealth. She's going to share what she is doing today with her daughter, and I will share my personal experience and, frankly, regrets about my daughter because my daughter's now 31. So it's a little bit past the age of Casey. So, Casey, tell us about your daughter and what you're doing to talk about money.
So my daughter's name is Juliet, and she's 12. She just turned 12 at the end of April. And even starting last year and more the year before, really, when she was 10, we really started trying to explain money, how it works, how long it takes to make money. I mean, how you can't just, because she doesn't work, right? So she just sees us going out to eat, buying whatever we want, not saying pick something under this price for food. We went out to lunch the other day, and my 9-year-old son, he wanted the build your own hamburger,
Of
and he
course.
adds everything on it. I want to add avocado, bacon, cheddar cheese, like onion straws. I'm just like, okay, he just built a $20 hamburger. He doesn't quite get it. But so we were
Yeah.
laughing after he ordered that. And my daughter's like, what is he doing? But she does make some money. She cat sits for some neighbors when they go on
Okay.
vacation. And I told her, I said, Julia, you've got 400 some dollars here. What are you going to do with it? Now, she's a little bit hoarderish like me in the fact that we don't like to spend money. We
Mm.
don't like to buy things unless it's going to benefit us like greatly. So I'm not a frivolous spender. I do like food, going out to eat. I'll go out to eat. Sorry, that's my one thing. But I don't buy a bunch of stuff. I'm not into handbags and purses. I don't go shopping I don't care about clothes. Like I wear the same shirts like all the time. I don't buy fancy shoes. I bought some rainbow flip flops for $75 for my birthday this year. That was my present to myself. I miss that rainbow brand
Mhm.
from California. But when talking with my daughter, I said, look, you've got 400 bucks. What are you going to do with it? She really wanted an American Girl doll. And I said, you can go buy yourself a $100 American Girl doll, but then your money's gone.
Mm.
I said, or what if you took the 400 that you have and you created something for yourself so you could sell it and use your 400 bucks for,
Wow.
how I did my Etsy shop. Use your 400 bucks and make some Christmas ornaments for Memphis. People love local Christmas ornaments. You can make something with your 400 bucks. Use that for materials and creating a skill set for yourself so you can have your $400 make money. And then what if from that money you could go buy yourself an American Girl doll and you'd still have your 400? She's like,
Wow.
you know, so
At
it's,
12, you're doing this. This is awesome.
yeah. So I want to instill in her, like, hey, when we're spending money, let's spend money to make money, not spend it for it to go away. That's kind of what I'm trying to
Wow.
teach.
Shout out to you, Casey. I will admit that I have never had a conversation even remotely close to that with my daughter. That is amazing that you're doing that. How would you coach a mom and dad to have that discussion? Because again, I was raised and frankly probably raised Teresa the same way. Go to school, get a good grades, get a good job.
Yeah.
That story. You're wired different, right? You built an Etsy store to build your down payment to buy your first rental. That's the channel loves you for that. But now you're taking that to the next generation. That is awesome. How can others repeat that?
I think it's having the mindset shift of realizing that, we are the country, America, whatever, my beliefs wants to indoctrinate us into a 9 to 5 job to be a slave to the man and to always be dependent upon the government for health insurance, be dependent upon an employer for something, and never really having your own freedom. I mean,
Mm.
hello, America, freedom, right?
Right.
We're big lie to me. That's BS. So we have to get away from that mindset. And I've had some issues with my daughter in public school this past year that I don't really agree with the way they're teaching and all that stuff. And personally, like, I think that if I had my husband, if I had a big talk about this, if I could, if I think I could do it, I would either homeschool or even private school. But even then, so we've had this big discussion about where to put her because
Mm.
sometimes I just don't feel like what they're teaching. Like, why are we spending so much time learning about the Indians? Like, why does she need to know so much about the Roman Empire? stuff. I know that's social studies, but why? Why aren't we learning finance? Why aren't we learning how to be an entrepreneur, how to make your own money? Why aren't we learning leadership skills? Why aren't there more debates? Why aren't there more standing up in front of people and speaking?
Public
Why is
speaking.
it everything? Read a book and learn stuff that happened in the past, learn how to use sine and cosine math things that you'll never learn in your life. So some of the stuff I'm just like, why are we like, why is it like this? So for people that are wanting to have this conversation, it definitely is just a mindset shift. Do you want your kids to grow up and get a job and be dependent upon someone else for income? What if there's another COVID that happens and the country shuts down, people lose their jobs, businesses shut down, all that stuff? Is your kid going to know how to hop back up on their feet? What if we get to World War III? Whatever. Some people say we're in it. World War III and there's bombs, or I guess we're all going to be dead. But what if, there's some big catastrophe, some big something, some big America collapse or something? How are we going to pick ourselves up? Are we just going to be, we don't have jobs anymore, we're going to go live on the street? I guess I have to live with our parents and just be that, incapable person. I feel like as parents, we don't know what the future holds. So we need to teach our children to be independent, and the schools aren't going to teach that. So we have to teach how to be independent. I told Juliet, look, I know you think rental properties are boring because all she sees is us. We got to go to the house. We'll fix up the house. But last night we have been, if you see my Instagram stories, we had been at one of the rental houses 3 days in a row. That's been my Memorial Day weekend. 3 days in a row, we have been fixing up the houses, going to Lowe's, starting commercial accounts now that we have our LLC, and doing all sorts of things, hiring people to do work for us. So she sees this is boring. Houses are boring. And it's like, yes, but you realize these houses allow us to live this lifestyle that your neighbors don't have. We don't have this weight on our shoulders that we aren't going to make it when we're 70 years old. We could be fine for the rest of our lives. We wouldn't be like, living it up, but we will be just fine. We wouldn't be buying a new house, but we would be just fine. And I'm 41 years old now. So that's not bad. I'm not shaking the stick at that. If Blake quit tomorrow and I never made another dime, we would be just fine. Like, whoa, and it's all because of real estate. And so I say, look, I know you think rental properties are boring, but do you realize how much money we make without doing any work? How much time do you see me at home? How much time do you see me being your room mom, going to these activities, going to Jace's, my son's practices, not just games, his practices too. I go to everything. Blake goes to everything. And how can we do that? It's from boring investments. So you just need to learn how to make your money work for you. That's the trick. Parents can think, how can we make our money work for us first? Lead by example, and then share with our kids small little ways that they can make their money work for them. A lemonade stand, right? Doesn't always have to go to charity. Sell, because all the lemonade stands always go to charity. It's like, why do we have to give everything away? Why can't we teach our kids to make money for themselves? Yeah. And look, you can make your crafts, Juliet, and you can sell them, and you can keep 10%. Buy yourself that American Girl doll, reinvest the rest, and make more things. Then maybe you can hire your friend Corinne and she can help you. And now you're doubling production and you're 12 years old. And when you think like that, it's like, you got to think like that. Yes, I want her to go get a job when she's old. She needs to learn that. But that's just a means to an end. She's not going to be working 9 to 5 forever. Over my dead body. She's going to be, they're all going to be little entrepreneurs. And they're going to not have to depend on anybody. That's the goal.
I did not prep you for this. So if this is a question, it's going to be fun to see where it goes. What is the most valuable skill that you hope your daughter picks up, like going forward, whether it's in school or not? Is there a skill that you think you would want all of your kids to have?
I think it's a character trait more than a skill, because if you don't have a skill, you can get a skill from somebody else. You can hire a skill. I think a character trait is having confidence and realizing that no matter what, I can overcome anything. I can overcome any obstacle. I want them to have that trait, because no matter how many times they're beaten down, no matter how many times they fail, no matter how many times things don't work out, if you don't have that, I can get back up and continue, it's over for you.
Oh, I totally agree. I love that.
That's the one thing I think I want them to have. And my daughter, she's not quite there. She's maybe because I'm so
she
like
is 12. That, let's give her just a little bit of slack.
Okay, Michael. Okay, you're right. She's 12.
She's not 13. When she's 13, you can hold her accountable. Right. She's only 12.
That's right.
Yeah. One of the things that looking back on, besides A, I've already admitted we didn't talk about money enough, right? That's something I've
Yeah.
acknowledged. Um, but something I've said in separate videos, and I would actually, if I had to kind of help Teresa again, my most valuable college course was actually freshman year at a junior college, and it was public speaking. I was a shy human being, right? I could go to an event, not say a word, and be just fine. I was a wallflower. It's just shy. That one class, even though I didn't do great at it, it got me out of my shell just enough where it's $1 million skill. So one thing that I would challenge, and you called it debate earlier,
Mhm.
I think people just need to know how to communicate, take
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
reciprocate.
it.
I think, yeah, that's the thing to me. If talking about money and communication, after that, forget this cosine tangent,
Yep.
the Roman Empire nonsense. I mean, come on, let's build human beings that are good human beings that will contribute to the future. This rote memorization, that's so yesteryear. We should be doing
Yep.
better.
Yep. All the kids in school, they just memorize and take a test, memorize and take a test. I'm like, this is some BS. And I think for parents that are wondering, like, well, what can I do? My kid doesn't have the confidence. They're very shy. They're very quiet, like Juliet is. It's like, okay, and she's, we still haven't gotten her out of this. She wants to make the things and make the money, but she still doesn't have the confidence, to talk. She's not like loud and boisterous like I am. She's 100% the opposite. And when Blake was younger, he was very quiet too. I was very quiet. And what I did, and what I think parents could do, is keep putting your kids in different activities until they find something they're passionate about.
Yes.
Juliet loves playing the flute. Never thought that. She loves playing the flute. She's in the band at school. She plays flute, and that gives her confidence, doing something that she's good at. People gaining experience and being good at something. So once they have confidence, she played a solo in front of 1,000 people or whatever for school. Like, that's huge. She still won't talk to my neighbors, but she will, she's very quiet, but she like getting the confidence. And what my parents did is they put me in a bunch of different things, art class, this, that, this, that. And I think what changed it for me, because I was very quiet, was when I was in 8th grade, but going into high school, my mom, I mean, this is probably just divine intervention. My mom found out about this leadership. So in high school, there's student body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leadership, student body, government. And my mom found out about this summer program for incoming freshmen going into high school to be a part of the summer leadership program. And they would be in the leadership, and that would be one of their elective student body. And so I did that. And when I went to 9th grade, that wasn't my first time at the school. I had been at the school all summer with not just a freshman. I was the only other freshman. There was sophomore. There was one other freshman, I think, that did it. Sophomores, juniors, and seniors I knew. Leaders in my school knew me by name, and I became freshman class president. And I was like, I think it was that option that I had to do something different and be better than other people at something and have experience and not have it be my first time in high school. I had something they didn't have. I had been there all summer. I knew where I was going. I had created posters for all around the school. I knew stuff. We were working on the first pep rally for the beginning of the school year, and I was in charge of this and that and this and that. Just having that, having that experience, having that confidence of something and being better than other people at something, or saying, look what I did, that really set me on the path for my self-confidence. I feel like that I have today. And it's just because my mom said, hey, how about try this?
There you go. Well, folks, I think you need to talk about money with your children. I think leading by example is amazing. Casey, if somebody wanted to follow this journey, where would they follow you?
You can find me on Instagram every single day, Brick by Brick Wealth. I answer all of my DMs. And you can also find me on my website, brickbybrickwealth.com.
Folks, do me a favor. Go to Instagram and go to her DM. Send her a note. Say thank you for being a one rental at a time, just so she knows her time here is valuable. Thanks, Casey. Take care.